Good morning, everybody, and thanks for coming. Is everybody good to start? We're all good? Okay. I have Bill Edens with me, state attorney for this circuit, and we're going to start off with just the basics of what occurred last night in Navarre. So at about 6:01 p.m., we received a call in reference to a domestic disturbance at 2607 Bob White Circle in Navarre. When officers responded, the first unit there made contact with an individual who turned out to be the suspect in the front yard. He was covered in blood. They took him into custody, detained him right then and there, and then went in the house to check to see if there was anybody else in the house. Upon entering the house, the deputy discovered two people, a male and female, both deceased from multiple stab wounds. The suspect was detained, brought here. He's currently in our jail on a no bond on a second-degree murder, 2 counts. The individual's name in question, do you have that picture, Rich? Courtney William Howell, 38 years of age. And I'll just tell you this much, we've had a lot of contact with him in the past. He was not unknown to us before this, and obviously he stepped up his game a little bit. So he's currently in our jail, 2 counts, second-degree murder, and that could change. I'm going to defer this to the state attorney, Mr. Edens, and he'll tell you a little bit more about that. So,
thank you, Sheriff. The sheriff mentioned that he's currently in jail on no bond. We'll have a first appearance this afternoon, I believe, at around 1:30. At that time, we'll ask that he continue to be held under no bond. We reviewed the matter last night and this morning and determined that it's appropriate in this case to present his case to a grand jury and seek a first-degree premeditated murder indictment. As you know, under Florida law, only a grand jury can charge someone with first-degree murder. So under the circumstances of this case, we feel that it's appropriate for us to seek an indictment for first-degree murder, and we plan to do that within the next few weeks. I will mention that I'd like to compliment the sheriff's office. My supervisor, Amber Rowland, and I went to the crime scene last night shortly after dark and remained there for several hours, and then later came to the sheriff's office for additional work. And it was very impressive. The sheriff's office employees were very professional. They were very prepared. They were very efficient. The crime scene employees also were extremely prepared and very professional. They had some of the latest crime scene equipment that is available in order to accurately and completely document the crime scene, which we're certain has been done. And in addition, they were very hardworking. Ms. Rowland and I were headed home at 3 this morning, and the investigator was continuing to text her to discuss issues related to the case. So I want to make sure, this is my home county, I'm very impressed with the sheriff's office in general, and particularly impressed with both this investigation and the investigation a few weeks ago relating to Mr. Odom.
any questions?
Do you know at this time what relation, if any, the victims may have had with Hal?
Yeah, one, the female was his girlfriend, and the other was his father-in-law. The male was his father-in-law.
Are you able to tell us how many times the victims were stabbed?
No, not right now. The autopsy probably will be coming pretty soon.
Are you able to tell us who's caring for the 3 children who were living in the home?
No, not really. Can't comment on that. Did I misspeak with in reference to, wasn't that his father-in-law or no? Stepfather. I'm sorry, stepfather.
And do you know what led to the initial 911 call of the disturbance? Was it a neighbor, somebody around that was hearing some kind of commotion? What led to it?
No, the actual suspect phoned us.
So the suspect called 911?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Mr. Edens, typically, I could be wrong, but typically an ASA goes out there. Is there, other than it being your home county, is there any reason you went out there personally last night?
No, there's no reason. Throughout my career for 16 years, I've gone to many homicide scenes. I've gone to scenes in every county in the circuit: Walton, Okaloosa, Santa Rosa, and Escambia. So there's nothing unusual about it. It's just, I don't go to all of them, but I do go to many, and that's the reason I chose to go to this one. I did take a supervisor with me, an ASA as well, an experienced ASA. Has tried many jury trials. This is her home county. She's a supervisor here, and I carried her to the crime scene as well. She was there and worked actually more directly with the officers than I did. I was more there observing. So, but thanks for asking.
Can you confirm, other than the 2 victims and the suspect, was there anyone else living inside of the home?
Yes, there was.
What sort of connection?
Children.
Their children? 3 children?
Yes, I believe so.
Did the suspect live full-time inside of the home where this happened?
Yes, he did.
His previous crimes, were they violent crimes in nature?
We're not really going to go into his record right now, but I can just say that Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office over the years has had multiple contacts with him. So,
Were the children home at the time of the incident?
yes.
Was it a knife that he used?
Yeah, it was a knife. Anything else?
What kind of knife? Was it like a kitchen knife, something that would have been inside of the home, or was it a different type of?
I think it was a knife he used at work, wasn't it? He's a construction guy, I think.
Was there any initial signs of a struggle or anything like that that you can give us about the crime scene itself?
Is that something we want to comment on?
I just say, along with the sheriff, that the crime scene was one of the most clear and highly disturbed crime scenes that the sheriff and I have seen. We feel that it's very clearly documented and will be of great assistance to the prosecution in explaining exactly what happened inside the home.
I mean, at this point, do you have any idea what may have sparked this?
Well, we don't. Well, we do, but we're not commenting on it right now. It's still active, but that'll come out later.
What are the ages of the victims?
I believe 32. The female was 32. The male was 58.
And are we releasing those names at this time?
Next of kin notifications have been made, so yes, we can. The first victim, 32 years of age, Samantha Huffman. That's Huffman. The second, John Hendricks, Hendrix, and he was 58 years of age.
Yeah, and you mentioned he's no stranger to your office. Anything in his past, did it have anything to do with any domestic violence things regarding either of these victims or the children?
Not that I'm aware of. No. Yes.
Property appraiser records, I believe, indicate that Hendrix is spelled Dricks. Do you have confirmation on that spelling?
We have it as Hendrix, don't we? That was what's on our CAD notes, but hold on one second and we'll tell you. Is it ICKS? ICKS, I stand corrected, thank you.
Absolutely.
And all 3 resided at that residence.
And can you confirm that they were his kids or are they just his girlfriend's kids?
No, they were his kids.
And do you have the ages of the kids?
No, I don't. Anything else?
So just to clarify, when you say
Sure.
they were his kids, they were kids he had with someone other than his girlfriend?
Correct. Yes, sir. Correct. Okay, thank y'all for coming. We appreciate it.